Yeah.
Don't let me.
Yeah.
My finally same.
Intro. Who's doing it today?
Hi, welcome to the CAYACast. My name is Simmi. This is Gina.
Yes.
Why you
Carry on.
How childish. I thought you just
Carry
laugh
on.
at your name like that.
You mispronounced it,
Broad?
man. Broad.
Mispronounced. How else
Carry
do you
on.
say Gina?
Carry on.
Loch Ness and Duran.
Duran, indeed.
I'll take
It's a
Nessie.
great
I'll take
episode. We
Nessie.
talk about all sorts of things, mental health, paying creators fairly.
No, we did not speak about
We
mental
did
health
not
at
speak
all.
about mental health.
We say that every
We say that every single episode.
Every episode.
Well, we do talk about it.
Every episode.
We do that.
That was hilarious thing ever.
We talk about podcasting. We talk about comedy. We talk about Simmi
Iron
being
Man.
a
We talk
bachelor.
about running, swimming, and bicycling.
swimming,
We
bicycling.
confirmed your mental
AI.
health
And we-
state.
And we talk about mental health.
Mental health.
Every episode you speak about mental health.
We do that. We do.
We didn't.
Okay,
that's
today was a
hilarious.
light one.
Oh, no, we did. We did, actually. We did.
What did we
Oh,
speak
yeah.
about?
A bit.
It's always intertwined.
It's-
Anyway,
it's-
this was a good one. I had fun, which
Bye.
is a good,
It's a
like,
good
measure.
episode. You should watch the
Keep
whole
watching.
thing.
Watch it.
Find out at the end
Bye.
which word you're supposed to comment.
Bye.
Those look like cups.
I would love. Thank you. Do you know they use silver cups for Love Is Blind and
Yeah.
other shows? Do you know the reason
Yeah.
why?
Because then for continuity.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
also
like-
thought it was for the amount of alcohol they've been drinking.
Yeah, no, it's
What?
because that because they edit those shows,
Yeah.
the shows so
So
much,
much.
Oh, Love
and
Is reality.
they
Yeah.
take stuff like so much out of context.
Yeah.
Move it
So
around.
when they're drinking, they can't because otherwise
Yeah.
like the glass is going to be full then empty then full.
Yeah, but
and
they
then-
actually re-record like a lot of what the people say.
like ADR.
Because they do it. They don't do it like how other people would record a production. So they listen to audio of the
Yeah.
thing. Not everybody has a camera, so they don't have as many cameras for as many couples. They'll have like a set of 4 cameras for 2 couples. There's still like 6 other couples going. They'll listen to the audio of something and then tell the cameraman go there. So if they miss
Okay.
something, they'll be like start that conversation again.
have that conversation again.
literally.
Be organic.
Yeah.
Dude, react reality TV. I
Love
I
it.
don't- I can't.
I live on
I'm
it.
so
No, I
not
don't
good
live
at
on it, but
reality
me and
TV.
Georgia watch a boat.
Georgia.
Georgia's
I think
on my
it's
mind.
good social experimenting or just social analysis.
Except it's so fake.
Like the Stanford
So, like-
prison experiment.
No, but How good can it be?
It depends
what reality show. Like
Part of it is fake, but you have to realize that in that situation, like for instance, we're getting filmed right now and
Mhm.
being recorded.
yeah.
Doesn't mean that everything we say is going to be fake because we know that we're on camera and we're being recorded. It's still you. There's that layer of like, oh, I
You
know I'm on
sound like
camera.
an anti-vaxxer. You sound like, well, this is not
Let's not
real.
get into that.
I was like,
You sound like you live in the world of conspiracies, right? It's like the one's like, this is not real, bro. Nothing is real right
Nothing's
now. Like I've known you, like I've met you a handful of times,
Yeah.
and this is the only time I'm going. This guy doesn't.
anti-vaxxer.
This guy's like fuck a vaccine.
Are you
The
vaccinated?
The glasses and the beanie.
Thanks, bro.
Logan, are you vaccinated?
I'm not answering that on the podcast.
You don't have to,
can't
bro. But it's also
for
not
various other reasons.
Also, that's another thing anti-vaxxers do. Where they're just like, oh, it's my freedom for you not to know my medical status. Yeah, I agree. HIV, very important.
Yeah.
You don't have to disclose that. But if you're vaccinated or not, please disclose that. Please tell me because like I
it
have
affects
comorbidities.
it affects the social fabric.
No, I was actually, it's a very interesting thing that you say because one of my close friends is not vaccinated, right? But then I have to also realize like how close in proximity he can be to me now. Like now it's much easier because like there's no more masks and stuff, you know, it's way easier now.
Yeah.
But back when he was like, oh, I'm not taking this thing, I wasn't going to argue with him because if he died, he died.
Yeah.
But like my mom and dad are old people, like they're in their late
Yeah.
70s. So I didn't want them
Yeah.
to suffer, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I'd be like, yo, you vaccinated, right? He'd be like, no. I'm like, okay, bro, well, now you can't come to the bride. Not because I don't want you here, but my mom and dad,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So
I'd
that's-
be here.
Yeah.
That was a thing for me as well. Like
Mm.
I live with my grandparents
You see?
who are Balis.
Yeah, old,
And
bro.
like if I get it, I'm fine. Like
Also,
I'll-
I can't make chicken curry.
I'll be
I can't
okay.
make chicken curry. So like my mom is a crucial
There's an
part
important
of my
resource.
life.
Yeah. 100%. Simmi, how did you get into podcasting?
Is there no welcomes? Isn't it like,
No,
hey,
we do
welcome,
the- we do the
welcome-
intro at the
welcome to
end.
Kaya. Oh, you do the
We do the
intro
intro at the end
Welcome
'cause
to
then it's more
CAYACast.
fresh.
Welcome to CAYACast.
Even though you probably
Episodes-
already heard it.
Welcome to CAYACast, episode 17. The
Ooh,
first thing that
way
comes
off.
onto my TikTok.
Good.
Every morning. No,
Yes.
actually not good, bro, because
No.
I know you guys.
The algorithm is working.
It is. But I do
Fuck
watch
yes.
some of those clips though.
Good.
Some of them.
Yeah,
they're,
no.
they're generally pretty.
No, because sometimes I'll listen to a few and I go, whoa, what did that person say? Because it didn't make any sense to me.
we'll generally get Generally like
does never
make
make
sense.
sense. Oh, okay. Is that
that's kind of
because
intentional.
it's
because
too
we-
creative?
No,
It's to
and
make
we
you wanna
want,
watch it,
yeah,
yeah.
we want to, we don't want to answer the question in the reel. We want to make you want to watch the podcast to get the
No,
answer.
I think it was, I don't know which episode it was, but I think you asked your guest what's their creativity or what makes them creative or something like that.
No, that was us. That was just
Oh, that's just you guys?
that was just us.
Uh,
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
the
bro,
thing
that
we did.
was...
Dry,
No,
apparently.
well, is that the one with you and your two friends with the beers? No, I'm talking about you guys were sitting on these couches. Someone asked a question and the answer that I was given was so ambiguous that I was just like, this person, they recorded words and everybody in the room went, yeah.
so Simmi, what is creativity to you?
I
you're
don't
gonna-
have an answer for that. I deal in the world of rationality. Everybody that thinks I'm creative is wrong. It's
Okay,
absolutely
expand
wrong.
on that. That's really
I
interesting.
don't think I'm a creative person. I look at other people that do creative things and go, that person's creative. Like everybody in this room, I've seen you guys do things. I'll be like, that's creative. I don't. The most creative thing I've ever done with you is ask for a microphone, right?
That's not true.
I don't think I'm a creative person.
I think we have a societal problem with what we define as creativity because
Yeah,
I
I
also
agree. You
I
create.
know
I agree.
the only reason
Yeah.
I say that is because I also used to think I wasn't creative because I was more involved on the organizing and business and production side of things. But then that was nerfing me as someone in the creative industry because
What
that's
does
also
nerfing
creative.
mean? Invalidating.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
And not giving
Invalidating.
myself enough
Yeah.
credit. And if we treat you're creative if you
Yeah.
are an artist or a dancer or a musician, that's oversimplistic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you,
You have a
you run
creative
the
mind.
you run the eighth most popular podcast in
Third.
is it third now?
Yeah, no, it's always been third. I
Oh,
just stuck with
oh.
8.
Hey,
I
that's-
stuck with 8.
That's
I
good.
stuck with
Undersell it and then people are impressed.
No, so
That's
I never.
creative.
You must also understand when it comes to
Comedy's
podcasting.
creative. Comedy's
Yeah.
insanely
You're
creative.
creating jokes.
I don't
Or
know.
are you?
Okay, wait. So I consider myself more of a storyteller than I do of a out and out comedian.
Fair.
I if the story is sad, then it's sad. If it's funny, it genuinely most of the times it is funny,
Mm.
right? But I also I like telling a story. If that's creativity, I also sometimes you don't recognize the skill that you have.
Yeah.
Because you just assume everybody can do it.
Yeah.
But I'm
100%.
talking in a creative space. I look at other creative people. I go wow, that person is so creative, and I try to learn. So when you try learn creativity, maybe it's now you start rationalizing it.
100%.
But there are moments where I go oh, I'm a clever person, and that thing that I've made has been very creative. Yeah.
That's fair.
We're starting.
Mm.
Validate yourself, Simmi.
Thank you.
You have dope creative things. You do lots of dope creative things.
I like telling stories.
Aren't you gonna sing on Sunday?
I wonder. So Majosi, who's one Majosi, not show Majosi, by the way.
yeah,
He-
no,
he
Majosi
gets,
without a D.
He was once booked in Limpopo, and they thought it was Shoma Josie because she comes from Louis Trichat, and he got there, and they was like,
Who are you?
Yeah, literally, bro. Literally.
I thought that for far too long because you're obviously quite close with them. I thought
Yeah.
for far too long, yo, Brad's friends with Shoma Josie. That's,
Bro, you
that's
know?
really big. Like she's
Yo, I'm
international.
Bro, they made him sing. They made him sing John Cena.
No.
You know how he's strong. And you know he's such a nice guy. You
just do it.
You want to be rough
fucking
like
funny. I
John
wanna see
Cena.
that.
You want to be tough like John
John
Cena.
Cena.
You used to be cool when you used to come through. Now you walk tough like John Cena. Hey,
No,
hey,
I want to
hey.
hear that. I want to hear the Majosi
Nah,
version of John
I think that's
Cena.
a lie, but
collaboration.
I think that's
Sure.
a lie, but I know you got booked and they thought it was.
Yeah, he told that on the live pod.
On the
I think.
podcast,
Yeah.
We need to push him to make a cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just a collaboration.
Yeah.
Get them in the
Like
studio
acoustic
together.
mic.
Majosi covering Shoma Josie.
100%. Do
Also
it.
the nicest guy in entertainment. So he's having a gig on
100%.
Sunday. And I've been nagging him to be like, hey, bro, I just wanted to perform actually. Because I'm dying to get back on stage and do more stand-up. And he thought I meant perform by singing.
And then you just went, okay,
So I was like, okay, well, that's
we'll
so,
follow
I can
this
sing
rabbit
too.
hole.
I can
Sing
too.
your story.
Bro, my story?
Like, do like one of those like musical
Look
comedies.
at the stars. Look how
Maybe
they
not. Never
shine
mind.
for you.
Never mind.
a musical interlude.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I used to go for opera training.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to have a
Okay.
decent voice, but the smoking has killed it.
Yeah.
It will
Yeah.
do
It
that.
does.
Has it gone
Yeah.
like opera to like rock?
Yeah.
I feel like
No,
it's probably
gone
still.
to, gone to, you can't tell what song. I could
Like
sing a
the
popular
jazz
song.
So heavy metal.
Yeah,
So you perfectly
but
suited.
No, you'll hear the words and be like, no, but that is not Shallow with Lady Gaga and Matthew, not Matthew McConaughey. What's his name? Bradley Cooper. Yeah, you'd be like, that doesn't sound like it.
Doesn't sound like
What
it.
a banger.
It's your own interpretation of it.
So, can I ask a question to the people on this podcast?
Go
Yes.
for it,
Why did you guys start a podcast?
because it's his.
Because everyone else did. I'm
Because
just, I'm
what
just kidding.
do, you know,
Okay, so one said, I would just want to.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to say back. I want to
No,
say.
no, 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 no. You
wanna
guys.
speak quickly.
Yeah, you want to speak quickly.
I'm
You don't
thinking.
listen to it. You're just saying things. So you said for the khia, so it's over for you. That was you didn't want to add more. You just like that's my answer.
Yeah.
You said because everybody else is doing it, which is a thing, which is a semi-correct answer. He was just
Marketing.
like, Durand was like for vibes. You didn't answer yet.
my answer is kind of a combination. As a podcasting company
Yeah,
He had
or a
time.
company that does a lot of
Yeah.
podcasting, we definitely can't not have our own podcast.
Okay.
Right? That's the
answer.
first thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, for me, the reason is we get to work with so many fucking dope creative people and people in the industry, and we get to have really cool conversations with
Yeah.
them that for me have been really inspiring and interesting and entertaining, and I've learned a ton. And I like love all those people, and I want more people to
Okay.
get to have
I have a
those
follow-up
conversations.
question for you, but now I must find out from this side.
Yeah. So as head of brand, I think it like builds on our brand. I think it's important for our clients to like know who we are and
Yeah.
what we're like on about. I don't know whether that's been to our
what
detriment
we
yet.
are.
Work with
Do you
them.
think that relates to because everybody else is doing it?
Did you forget my name?
No.
Yeah, it's Lorcan.
No, definitely not. I think I probably wasn't 100% for it in the beginning. I was kind of like, why? But we've had some really incredible conversations with really cool people.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, it builds on our brand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to add anything over there, Durant, or is it just still fierce?
No,
Should we
just
have
serious.
flipped
Still
the
fierce.
script? Yeah.
I like that. There's a commitment to it. This is my follow-up. Can you be doing better though?
100%. Oh, we'll all, yeah, definitely.
Well, what would make it better? What would make your current podcast
Do we get to
better?
go around the room again?
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
going to get
cool.
back to you. You gave a very good answer. I'm going to get to you.
Thanks.
I'm going through one
I'm
step by
suddenly
step.
nervous. I'm like, what other questions do you have?
No, because I feel sometimes as creatives, and this is why I said I was rational,
Yeah.
is that we don't self-reflect enough.
Yeah.
We don't ask how we can be better and why we can be better
Yeah.
and what we can do, because those questions will be thrown to us in a difficult moment, and then you get flustered.
100%.
I stick with my answer.
So-
the Simmi cast with the
I-
cast of Kaya.
I think
Mhm.
in terms of how we can get better, I mean, look, intentionally, it's also not like a high production value podcast.
That's
and
a
we've
lie,
done
Brad.
that
That's a massive
in
lie.
terms of like we do 3-cam podcasts and that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but I'm saying like the fact that you have a camera already makes it high production. The fact, look at, we go around the room and look at the equipment.
we've got high standards.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying that, but that's not what I'm talking about. Better in a material space. I'm talking about better in the content or better in the
Material.
conversations.
Because
You could record you and I both know. I've told everybody that asked me about podcasts, I said you can use your phone if you
Yeah.
want.
No,
to.
no.
Yeah, the tech
You know?
is
Literally
So you can't get better than the tech that you
Yeah.
have. You're already at a
Yeah.
high quality in tech.
Yeah.
I'm saying the content, can that be better?
yeah, and I think that'll come.
Can the people
with,
be better?
I mean, always to a degree, but at the same
Yeah,
time,
Simmi,
I'm
you're not
really.
doing great right now.
I'm really-
Elevators, you're pulling the podcast down.
it's all you.
I think like we'll always get to
Mm.
have. Hopefully, we'll get to have, and we already have been able to have
Mm.
conversations with people who are more like established in the entertainment industry, so
Mm.
they are better on on a podcast as guests.
Mhm.
We'll get better at the hosting aspect. I haven't seen many other podcasts with as much of a like when you have a broadcast of like hosts. Like,
A rotating
Wide range.
class.
no,
Wide
there's a word for
Ensemble.
it anyways.
That is what actually makes it pretty cool.
Yeah. But you know, we're
Shopping
all
and changing.
learning how to
Mm.
be better podcast hosts, and that'll be
Can
something
I give,
that will
can I,
come.
Can I give some advice?
That was going to
For
be my
free.
question.
More woman, more color.
Yes. So that is obviously, important. And I think we've tried to.
It's always about trying. It's the
yeah,
small things.
Yeah.
Just the small
We've
things.
always,
And not making it
we want to
tokenism
be,
as well.
we
Mm.
want to be reflective, but also
Mm.
like, and it's something like never want to bring someone on because they are
Yeah.
X.
Yeah.
Like I want to bring someone on
Yeah,
because
they
they're
can teach something.
fantastic
Yeah.
and make sure that we're being representative of the
That's cool, bro.
variety of fantastic.
That's cool. But
You
like
know.
you see, that simple exercise is something that I do when clients come to me and they ask, "Hey, we want our podcast to be different," because most people just go like, "Hey, listen, we're just chatting. We want a podcast where we just chat."
Yeah.
Just chatting. Even when you hang out with your friends, there's no like intention just to chat. I'm coming to hang out with Brad today.
Yeah.
I dig Brad.
Mm.
I'm going to speak to
Thanks,
Brad
Simmi.
about tech things. I'm going to speak to you about podcasts, comedy stuff. There's a reason why I'd
Yeah.
hang out with Brad.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So people don't
Same
just
thing
chat.
for a podcast.
And so it's exactly the same thing for a podcast. So when
Need
you record
motive.
something, there's like, oh, what's the thing I'm recording?
Yeah.
So like now when I do Lesson on Somebody's, like
Yeah.
I'm shooting an episode at Mavericks.
Oh,
Nice.
Fun
Yeah.
times.
Sick.
Yeah.
If you need a cameraman, let me know.
They don't do it cishet people. So yeah.
Get wrecked.
This guy didn't want to say this guy didn't want to disclose if he was vaccinated. Now you want to disclose if your sexuality, bro. Go ahead, bro. I'm happy for you.
Sexuality is a spectrum.
Yeah, it's fluid. It's fluid. That's what I told the lady.
Indefinable.
There we go, my man. And so now back all the way to you, Logan. Let's talk
How
about
can I
you.
make the podcast better?
No, that wasn't you said your answer was because everybody is doing it.
Yeah, but I thought then you asked the question. Then
Oh, so you wanted to come back?
No,
around?
no, it's
Okay.
fine. I'll
No,
go
no,
back
I
to-
asked specifically for him.
Okay. So because everybody else is doing it,
Mm.
I think the podcasting is not fresh because
Mhm.
it has been around for a long time. But
Do you know
people are-
the first podcast was released globally,
No.
1992,
Hectic.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Pre-internet.
pre-internet. Well, no, just after the internet.
Yeah.
You must understand, it's
Very
just digital
early
audio.
internet.
It was the NPR that released it, I think, before it had become my American Story.
Yes.
So I mean,
They do
podcasting
Tiny
in
Desk as
itself
well.
are incredibly old. They're not incredibly new. So when people jump onto it, going like, "Oh, this is a new medium,"
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah.
been around. So yeah,
But it's new as an industry in South Africa.
Yeah.
It's
And I think people are
Yeah.
coming to the realization that it's a lot not easier than anticipated because it isn't easy. And I think that is one thing that's detrimental
Mm-hmm.
to the podcasting industry is people are like, oh, I can just come and chat with my friends and people
Yeah.
are going to be like, oh my God, I love this.
Mm.
But I think that people are realizing that they like podcasts a lot more than they may have put out. And therefore, podcasts are very marketable. Podcasts are a very relaxed and easy way to get to know people, to market yourself, to market your brand, to market other people's brands and what they are working on. And yeah, I like it a lot more because I've always loved panel shows, talk shows, interviews, all that kind of stuff. And I just feel like this is a lot more of a sort of almost informal sort of format for that to be had. Like, for instance, now we're having a conversation, we're technically interviewing you, but at the same time you're interviewing us, and there's
Yeah.
no
I just want to
written
know more about
questions.
my
Yeah.
friends.
No, that's fair.
That's what I like
Yeah.
about podcasts.
Yeah. I
Like
just wanna-
that's the vibe.
Like, because like sometimes I'll get onto radio interviews and they expect you to be funny because you only have like 6 or 7 links max with the radio host, right? And like you're selling something like, oh, I've got a show at the Baxter, please come through, you know? But like I always find like if I'm sitting with people, like I like talking to them and it upsets people that I actually get to podcast recording. They're like, oh, this guy wasn't funny though.
It's got to be organic.
Yeah. It's like podcasting is just a cool it's where you get to actually get into depth with people on their like what they're actually thinking. And I think it like we live in a world where there's so much like rapid, like you assume what someone's saying based on a like, you know,
The
little
title
text
gives
thing
away,
or the
little text
title,
thing,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
and then it's like very reactive and fast. Whereas on
Yeah.
podcast, like you can't do that because it's slow and you have to get into depth.
I mean, you can,
and
but again, you
can.
actually get out of context.
Yeah.
You still want to, Duran, still want to stick with
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, no, so I mean, like, the thing is, like, oh, fuck, my brain doesn't work this week, so apologies. Yeah, for me, for me personally, why we started CAYACast, it's fun. I like chatting, you know, I like chatting with people. I like learning more. And it's a very nice way to kind of get an excuse to kind of have important conversations with certain people, you know, like shoot a message, like be like, hey, you want to come on the podcast?
Yeah.
And then, you know, those conversations.
That's how you got a hold of me.
Yeah. And
You said, hey,
I said,
Hey.
what's
do you
up?
want to come on the podcast?
Hey.
That's literally the
I said,
message you
hey.
said.
But it's
Straight to the point.
And I mean, like from a consumer point of view, it's the most easily digestible long form type of content, because you don't need that current stream of, you know, focus and attention.
How's your guys' engagement been? That's actually the
on the
thing.
CAYACast.
Yeah, because that's the reason why I changed Let's Known Somebody's. Was
Quite
because the engagement was incredibly low. Not the listenership,
Yeah.
the engagement. And I had a conversation with one of the guys from one of the streaming services, and he said, don't change what you're doing. You don't actually have to focus on the video part of it. And I said, let me give you a quick mathematical equation. I have 25,000 downloads on Apple, right? No, I mean not entirely like per episode, but I'm just like, I don't see enough reposts, reshares, anything other than me.
Yeah.
So that means 1 divided by 25,000 is my
Yeah.
engagement rate. Whereas I go to YouTube and let's say a video has 184 views on it. It's incredibly small.
Yeah.
But it has like 17 comments.
Yeah.
That's 17 divided by 184. Go when the engagement goes.
Yeah.
So I was tired of also finding a guest
Yeah.
because even the guest's audience wouldn't even bring engagement.
Mm.
Like no one, like I did a while back, I did that Dudazan Zuma interview.
Mm.
I didn't even get people upset for interviewing a Zuma. Like no one like was in the comments going, how could you? I don't believe
Where
him.
are the trolls?
Yeah, that's
Where are the
exactly it.
haters?
Where are the haters? Like not even the haters were engaging with the
Maybe
content.
they found peace over COVID.
You brought peace. You ended the war.
Just definitely didn't
I bet
happen.
people like, nah, yeah. I'm glad you interviewed Zuma's son. I want to hear his side of the story. You know, so there was no engagement. And now what I found that with Let's Known Somebody's, I chase engagement. I even in my head, I'm just like, I'm not even chasing numbers anymore.
Yeah.
I'm chasing engagement because with engagement, you'll get following. And with following, you'll get brand.
Yeah. So I would say
Right?
our engagement's been quite varied over the episodes.
Yeah.
We did an episode with Hannah, the
Yeah.
rapper. That engagement was great. Like Hannah's fans,
Yeah.
they are the shit. They loved it.
Mm.
And Will.
But yeah.
Will
Yeah,
also
Will and
was
Hannah.
an
like-
episode.
Yeah,
Will's our most
it's not
viewed
bad.
episode
Yeah.
and most viewed reel.
Yeah, and because he's pretty big right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty
Hot
big.
Shout out
property.
to Will.
Shout out Will.
What an EP.
Dropped his EP.
Just dropped his EP. Go check out Will's E EP.
And Will did a video where he sent Matthew Mole a DM. He's like, yo, this is my music, my first song I made in like 2020. And now he's opening for Matthew Mole.
Yeah.
They're
And I can
touring
only-
Europe.
Another legend.
We-
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
yours.
And I just wish my story was the same when I dropped Majosi a DM. Because he
Majosi,
does not allow me
get
to
the
open
message.
for him. Please,
Sure.
bro. Open up my DMs from my SoundCloud links. People are so brave to do that, bro. If you know when people send me links of their podcasts or like their stand-up comedy sets, I'm like, why? Like I'm the worst guy. Like I'm gonna watch 5 minutes
Yeah.
max, and then I'll be like, I've made my decision. I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like close.
Tapping out.
No,
At least you
people
viewed
are
it
brave.
though.
What makes a podcast stand out for you? If you're getting sent things or just podcasts you listen to, what if there is something stand out other than it's stand out
Niche.
niche?
Because of the internet.
Yeah.
It's like most of us in this room, if not all of us, are like internet kids. Like we get stuck
Mhm.
by a computer or had a phone at an early time, and we know how the internet works, and we play games and stuff, and we understand like memes and all that stuff, right?
Hmm.
Like because of the internet, there's no longer a niche. Like niche used to be a thing when there was no internet. Now
Mm.
you'd be like, yo, if I'm interested in wearing diapers, adult diapers, right? I promise you could
There's
go
a
to
niche
Niche.
for that.
There's a
Simmi,
niche for
that's
it.
quite no. That's
There's
not
a
niche.
subreddit.
That's
I
not
think it's
niche,
called a fetish.
unfortunately. That's a fetish.
It's like there's a Reddit page for everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
Darren
and but
knows
like
all about
if you
it.
think about it, like I was watching that. There's a Netflix documentary about DB Cooper. Do you guys know the story of DB
oh,
Cooper?
I watched the first episode. It's
Yeah.
good.
It's. I mean, they should have just made it into one episode. It draws it out
Yeah.
long. I don't like when Netflix does that. But
Doing
I'm just
what?
like they've got podcasts about DB Cooper, right?
Mm.
So I'm like, that's niche.
Mm.
That is incredibly niche. They've got the whole conventions about this.
Yeah.
There's
guy.
a restaurant themed,
Yep.
like a DB
Exactly.
Cooper themed like microbrewery.
Yes,
Ooh.
exactly.
So, like,
Exactly. So I'm saying niche. So when I see something like we got a podcast on our channel called Ilugulugu, which means curiosity in Zulu. And they were just like, hey, we're two scientists and we want to talk about words and science that don't exist in Zulu. Because we can't just add E in front of something like E vector. It's like, it's like we were gonna make words.
Yeah.
And I go, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So that's when somebody sends me stuff, that's the type of stuff I jump for.
Niche.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
I mean, like, but yeah, I've been like trying to think about how we can, like, is there a niche that we occupy? I guess it's like the Cape Town creative industry, but that's quite.
Bro,
these things.
Bro, you think I'm joking, right? If you're just like, yo, I make a podcast for Veldschoenen. I actually think there is a Veldschoenen podcast.
I would endorse these.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I want the freestyle.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
that freestyle.
I'm pretty
brand
sure.
deal.
I'm pretty sure.
I bought these things in like 2015, 2016. I wore them all over Europe. They are in impeccable condition.
I was gonna wear mine, the exact same ones.
These are good shoes by Freestyle.
Like I wanted to make a podcast a while back called Meeting Bonang. Yeah.
You just want to meet.
I would do that podcast up until I meet Bonang.
And then end it.
And then end it,
Right.
right?
At this point, you could just get her on the first episode.
No, you can't.
Really?
No, you can't get Bonang. You think it's easy
No,
to
I'm not
get
talking about us. I'm
Bonang?
talking about you.
Not easy.
Oh, no. I mean, like, I
But,
can't.
like,
No, it's not.
You
Have
could
you
do
tried?
that, like, you know, the whole, like, you're always 4 people away from somebody thing.
Yeah.
Just start doing people until you're
4
like,
degrees of separation.
Do you
interviewing,
know-
like, Chris
do
and
you
Zach.
know
So it's like,
Bonang?
no, I'm one person away.
I've met Bonang, like,
Okay.
in person,
Yeah.
right? But I'm saying, like, to interview Bonang.
Yeah.
It's like, if I was like, this podcast, my podcast is called Meeting Bonang, and hi, everybody, welcome to Meeting Bonang.
Here's Bonang.
Yeah, episode 1. No Bonang.
Haven't met her yet. No Bonang. We're just going to talk shit for an
Do you
hour.
know Bonang? And then we're like, no. I was like,
yeah, no.
well, let me tell you about Bonang. And we'll speak about Bonang for the whole episode, right? And then get to episode 2. Hi, welcome back to Meeting Bonang. Yet
Do
again,
you
another
know?
episode, no Bonang.
Bonang.
Hey,
Do you know?
Brad.
It's like her manager's cousins.
Yeah.
Like,
So I was like,
That's actually not bad.
I know,
Mm.
bro. Those are the type of things I'd listen to.
I saw one on TikTok the other day that I thought was quite funny. They didn't necessarily have like a niche sort of subject matter that they did, but they record their episodes in libraries and cafes, so they all whisper into the mic like this.
Oh, that is so cool.
And then they do things like having to eat like the hottest chili, and just you have to like
oh,
stay
that's
quiet. I'm like,
hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah,
quite.
That's
we should
funny.
introduce some, like,
Do you
This is what I was going to
things.
say: games and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
segments, like
Yeah.
have it like more because it is a
Yes.
bit like a talk show. You got the couches,
Yeah.
you got the
Yeah. Jenga.
Yes. I'm here
Jenga.
for segments.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think
segmentation.
I think Carpenter's slowly turning into a hatred of Steve Hofmeyer, and that's our
Good.
niche.
That's a cool one, bro.
So-
it's a good niche.
He blocked me on Twitter years ago.
No, yeah,
He used
Shout
to.
out.
He sings songs of my favorite artist of all time,
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Neil Diamond. Neil Leslie Diamond.
That's his. That's his.
Neil
That's
Leslie
Steve's.
Diamond.
That's Steve's only defense is that
Yeah.
he can sing Neil Diamond like semi well.
That's his redeeming case.
That's a horrible defense. It's like, yo, he sings Sweet Caroline very well.
It's not quite Neil Diamond, but it's not bad. Yeah, no,
That's a shit joke.
I know.
yeah, no,
Sorry, I was
horrible.
just having a private conversation.
Yeah,
Don't mind
we,
me.
On a
we could tell.
podcast.
On a podcast,
Yeah.
which is very
On a
weird.
Was I
podcast was
interrupting
very
someone?
rude.
Yes.
Well,
No,
yes.
I'm kidding.
Oh fuck.
Can I
no.
interrupt
Sorry.
you?
Yes.
Because I want to like reverse. We kind of just
Please.
like went full force. For the people that like don't know,
Mm.
who are you?
Oh,
What do you do?
my name
Like,
is.
why is it even important that you?
It's not important.
It's not.
It's
No.
really not. This rewind is going to be horrible. So my name is Simmi Areff. I'm a stand-up comedian and podcaster, but I also am like a podcast. What the newspapers would call a podcast pioneer.
Ooh.
That
sounds pretty
I
important.
know, right?
An actual newspaper.
What I would like to call early adopter or lucky.
Yeah.
So when before radio stations were they're doing audio archiving, before Gareth Cliff had just had started Cliff Central. I had a podcast. Well, I still have it called Known Somebodies, where I would speak to people that weren't well known, basically just my friends. And I'll do it at coffee shops or at comedy clubs, and I'll carry my recorder around. That's how I started. I did have a podcast before that. I didn't know it was called a podcast though. I used to go to the cricket and I used to interview people at the cricket.
That's-
During
like
like a
that.
test match, right?
Yeah.
And it was called Hansi's Heroes.
Oh, I love
that. That's hilarious.
And I didn't know. I didn't know that was a podcast. I only learned that word when I went to Montreal to the comedy festival. And someone said, "Hey, you coming to watch the live podcast?" And I was like, "The live
What is that?
podcast? What is that?" And it's like, "It's got Patton Oswalt." I was like, "I love Patton Oswalt, bro." And I saw it. I saw Stuart Goldsmith, who I actually interviewed just
wow.
before the pandemic started.
Oh, wow.
So my podcast had gone full circle at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And he interviewed Patton Oswalt, and I just thought this was the coolest thing in the world. And then they're like, "Any questions?" And I was like,
How?
"What? Questions?" And I was like, sorry. So is
What are
this
you
thing-
doing?
Is this like a stand-up thing or is this like a radio thing? And then they were just like, "You don't know what a podcast is, really?" I was like, "Nope, I don't. I'm from Africa.
We don't have those
Yeah,
there.
we don't have that thing yet." So when I came back, I just so I did that. And now I have a company called POC Podcasts where we focus on making diverse and original South African voice content.
Yay.
And then beyond, the podcasting aspect and comedy and everything,
Yeah.
professional athletes.
Yeah. Professional
South Africa's number one Muslim bachelor.
South Africa's number one Muslim bachelor.
Yes.
I'm 34, which in like Muslim years, is like
Too old.
286. like I was meant to be married about 12 years
I was
ago.
about to say
12
that.
years ago. 12 years ago. It's like so. So that's number one. But only recently a professional athlete. Like I'm into running now. You guys all know that. Like I'll come
Yeah.
over here going like, "Hey guys," and be like, "Simmi, you're wearing a KAYA jacket."
Come over here. It is running
Yeah,
kit.
Brooks.
Socks.
Yeah, running socks. I've got even my socks. say
Even
run.
when you're dressed
Yeah,
full
yeah,
casual,
yeah.
you're ready to spat down the road.
Like I've got a Garmin. Like I'm
Sure.
focused. I'm a real
Serious
athlete.
business.
yeah.
When the Garmin purchase
Yeah, bro.
happens, it's serious. Thing.
So like I'm into so my dream is to do an Ironman.
Mhm.
yes, speak
I'm
it.
there
Speak
for
it.
that.
Yeah.
Can we interview you whilst you're doing it?
I mean,
like run
it's-
with you?
Fuck off. Like,
they say the average time for an Ironman is like 14 hours. So yeah,
just-
probably.
We'll just check in with you every
Points.
every 5
We'll
hours.
drive alongside you whilst you're
Give
running.
you a clip on and then do a podcast.
So like the one thing I do enjoy about like running and athletic stuff is the setting a goal and doing it.
Yeah.
So like I ran my first 21 like 3 weeks ago.
nice.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
When you think about it, you go like I always used to like fantasize about like, oh, these people run 21 every weekend.
Hmm.
I've never done that. One day I want to do that. And you do it and you go like, oh, I've done it now.
Mm.
What's the next thing? And I'm doing Cape Town Marathon in October. And the main reason why I'm doing that is for only one mental aspect. I know that in an Ironman, after like 180 kilometer cycle, you have to get off that bicycle and start a 42.2 kilometer marathon, right?
Insane.
Could not be me.
So
I walk home from work and I'm like, wow.
So I just want to know what the feeling of a marathon is like, so I can go. Maybe I won't do the
I do
Ironman.
this?
Not the Ironman.
Can I do this after 180 kilometers of cycling?
Because I suck on the cycle. I'm very strong in the swim, but no one wins. Like, well, I'm not going to win an Ironman, but I'm like, no one wins an Ironman off the swim.
Yeah.
They-
It's the
they
shortest
win-
distance.
yeah, it's like
So-
3.8
I
kilometers.
swam really well.
Yeah.
They're like 5 seconds behind.
Bro, but I
Can't-
do swim well. So in January, I want to do the Robben Island to Bloubergstrand swim, 7.8 kilometers.
Gina's
Yeah.
dad is an open water swimmer, and he's done the Robben Island a few times.
Can he train me?
yeah, listen, like he's
Does
always
he do the training stuff?
he wants to do the swim again, so like
Yeah.
he'll like amp up training when he's preparing for a
I
swim.
want.
So I
Can
will
you
put
please
you in contact.
Please put me in contact with your dad because
Yeah.
like I got a guy who gave me a training program and he's like, you just got to be in the water. And
Just
I was
gotta
like,
swim,
oh,
dude.
that's horrible advice.
Yeah.
I mean, so like I swim a lot. I
Yeah.
swim a ton. Even at the Virgin Active here at the foreshore, they thought I was joking. I was like, I need to swim.
Gym pools are just warm, and I can't swim fast in a warm
So
pool.
you like
31
swim
degrees.
past like a plaster.
It feels like swimming in syrup. I hate
I-
swimming in warm pools.
I dig swimming when the pool is full because ego is always involved.
Yes.
Oh man, there's
Next to
always
you.
there's a person next to you. Person next to you. You don't want it too full. You want to have your own lane so it feels very competitive.
Yeah.
But there was a guy that he was swimming next to me, but I kept on noticing he kept on starting when I would start. but he would boost, eh? He would, like boost. And I kept on looking, and then I was like, nah, I'll show this guy.
I was warming up,
I mean,
boy.
it's ego is such a big thing of like anything like in fitness or athletics. I mean, like even for me,
It's a
like, you know, like
motivator.
at the gym, like doing like weightlifting, it's like if a guy comes up next to you and he puts on like his first set, like immense, like more than you're doing, then you're like,
I'm
yeah, but
about
was
to
just
make
my
an
warm-up,
unhealthy
you know?
decision.
I'm about to tear my pec.
Yeah. No, ego and I also sometimes think like I'm in a running group back home in Johannesburg, right?
Mm.
Cool running group. But like there's people in that group that take running seriously. Like that is their
Life.
life. That's their community. Whereas I come from, I don't know, maybe it's because of like doing other things. Like
You're an outsider.
I have stand up and I have like I have other things
Diversity
that
of interest.
of interest, right? Where this is not
You
the
have a
only
life.
thing I'm interested in,
I
right?
would say it's good. It's like a balanced life.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
balanced. So like, but they take it personally. Like I once said, I was training for a 10 kilometer. Like I was new to running, and the coach asked, "What's our aspirations?" And there's a person in my running group who's like, I don't think we're friends anymore, but I mean, like, but I mean, I just wanted to run as well as she did. She ran at like 6:43. Back then, I was running like at 8 minutes a kilometer, like super slow. And I said, I just want to run faster than her. And bro, she got up and she looked at everybody in that group. She's like, over my dead body. I was like, whoa, okay.
That was a joke.
Yeah, bro. I said it was a joke.
Friendly competition.
Bro, they was the next message she sent me is like 200 meter sprint next week Sunday. Let's go.
I'll take you in a 100-meter sprint.
You'll take me in a 100
I'll
meter
take you in
sprint,
a
bro.
100
I
meter sprint.
don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, like, bro, I'm looking at you
fuck,
now,
dude, what the
bro. I'm looking at you
No,
now.
I don't want to do it.
Bro, I don't doubt that. I can't beat you in that.
You'll beat me anything
Being
over 100
non-competitive
meters.
is so
Over 100
funny. With
meters and I
competitive
am-
people, you're just like, yeah.
That's exactly
and
it,
they just
bro.
go,
Because
That's
for
so
me, I'm just
frustrating.
like, I'm not winning a competition of this thing
Mm.
at all
Yeah.
in my lifetime.
Yeah.
In my life, I'm not getting gold medal. I'm not getting silver. I'm not getting a bronze. I'm getting a participation medal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
but that's
Hey,
like,
participation is still participation.
Like
dude.
that's like as well. Like I do a lot of trail running, and the thing is like there's a 60-year-old lady with who's had 2 hip replacements who is gonna finish ahead of me.
Yeah.
Like
I can't stop that.
100%. I'm not gonna.
That's on you, dude.
No.
That's on you, bro.
Logan's like, I'm gonna fuck that lady up, son. I'm gonna get myself a pair of trail running shoes. What
Never
trail are
been
you
trail
doing on the
running.
weekend,
Watch me.
Durant? I didn't go see 60-year-old Mary over there. I'm about to trip her and run fucking past her. I was like, little ankle tap. Like, yo, you thirsty, girl? You thirsty?
Take her into a bush and just.
you better hope you never accidentally knock over an old lady because this shit is forever and everyone will think you did it on purpose.
Bro, but when I do run past people though, right? Like even if they're like not in like runners, just like normal people, it can be
I was
both.
walking
I just go,
on the street.
yeah, on the promenade, I run past and go, zoom.
That's incredible.
On your left, on your left.
No. Zoom. That's literally it, bro. Literally it.
No, yo, like the worst is like when I used to like run around the block like in Pretoria and stuff. Like if somebody comes past you in like suburb street, like really like somebody comes past, who just like runs past you, you're like, how's it?
How's it? Yeah, how's it?
Was it?
The worst.
But that's how the problem with running with the houses is because sometimes that houses is stop. I'm here to rob you. Right? That's what it is. Like in my running group, there's someone got mugged. Like I think it was 2 months ago.
Oh,
A
goodness.
house it. It was like, yo, nice shoes. Yo, these? Yes, give here.
I'll be having those. I wanted to ask
Yeah.
because obviously we've touched on the swimming and we've touched on the running, but the cycling side,
I suck at it.
suck at it.
My friend, his name is Rashad, but because he's my friend, I call him Brashad. Because he's my bra. Yeah,
Brashad.
right?
He just
He's
graduated.
Yeah, he just graduated.
Shout out.
Shout out Rashad.
Prashad.
He's a strong cyclist.
Mm.
I am not. I'm not. I've got a bigger frame, so I can't even get a bicycle, a cheap enough bicycle for me. Like a decent bicycle for me is like 12 grand.
Yeah.
So I don't have that money to spend because I spend money on podcasting.
Mm.
Right. And so I was just like, so I sometimes I ride like my friend's mountain bike or like a fixie because they do these fixie nights in Cape in the CBD. I tell you right now, bro, I think I may die.
180 kilometers is it?
Bro, 180
How long
kilometers
is
How
the
long is
long,
Argus?
The
bro.
Argus is 140, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
because in
Yeah.
my family, my dad has done the Argus like 4 or 5 times, and my brother, who's 5 years younger than me, has done it, I think, twice. I've never done it. I have no intention of ever doing it, so I'm a bit of a disappointment. But
no, that's fine.
like that's the thing.
There's
is,
no
like,
ego from
in
you
my-
in the
in my
family.
mind.
They're just like, oh, look,
in my mind, if my brother, who's 5 years younger than me, is able to do it, then not anyone, obviously, because it does take intense training, and he did nearly die. But
Oh, whoa! This has
It
gone.
happens.
I mean, but there are
Argus
people
be a
who do
bitch.
the Argus and whilst drunk, like
yeah, they just do it for years.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Like how you do
Yeah.
podcasts?
Yeah, exactly. Derry was in the bathroom downing a flask of vodka before he came on.
And you're going like, what do you mean you did the August for Gears? That doesn't even make sense. Like, yo, bro, you do podcasts for Gears. That's what I do the August. Now, so I'm scared of
we
the
are not the
cycle.
same.
But like also I realized that when you're doing like an event like that, there's no cars and stuff on the road.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
feel like if I'm cycling here, if it's not in a
No,
group,
you're gonna get run
It's
over.
difficult to
Dude.
trade.
Yeah.
People
Brad,
drive
how
on
do
the
you
pavement and stuff.
feel about cyclists on the road here?
Oh,
If you,
Brad hates them, right? I can just tell. Like, Brad
I have
hates
I have a
cyclists.
very specific subset of cyclists that
Okay.
just piss me off.
Give us that subset.
Middle-aged white men in lycra who take over half the road
And go to bootleggers.
and are
Yeah.
just doing it to go. And then there's
Is that how it's pronounced?
in like
bootleggers.
Yeah.
Bootleggers.
and then
Yes.
and then
What
like
did you think it
and you
was?
walk around.
Bootleggers.
No,
Oh,
Are you serious?
like
yeah, isn't that?
honestly,
No, wait,
like
better
a boot,
name.
like bootleg alcohol, despite it not having any alcohol, but like that. So,
So it's
it
not
doesn't
bootleg
make
does
sense.
have
It's
alcohol?
not
It's not.
bootleggers.
It's not bootleggers.
Bootleggers.
Don't ever say you don't learn things on the CAYACast.
No, that's like I saw it on a TikTok because I was like bootleggers.
At least you acknowledged your sources.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
just like
So you
I
just
don't-
I also don't like
that-
cyclists, bro.
if you like people who cycle to work or like people who cycle to work, I'm like, aim good for you. You are
Saving
saving
the
the
world.
planet.
Saving the
You are
world.
doing it for
buddy.
your health. But just I don't know, people who take over half and just like middle-aged white men in lycra is also just
What else does
like
Brad hate?
average.
Because the way
Yeah.
you said
Very
it, that
few
was the
things.
coolest
That's
thing. You're
one
like,
of-
what else, Brad? What
Tell us
do you
about
think you like?
cyclists.
What do you think
How
about
you
cyclists?
feel. It like
Buddy.
brings out a rage, and I'm just there like, I mean,
I'm like,
listen, I
can't
don't like
be
them
1.5
either.
meters wider if you're 1.5 meters in the fucking
You're right.
road.
You're
Brad's
right.
road rage
Yes,
is funny
yes,
as
yes.
fuck.
Does
I'll be
it?
honest. Brad's road
1.5
rage
I'm gonna
meters
have to
from the
rail it
pavement.
in to
Yeah.
keep the podcast on track.
yeah, yeah.
If you 1.5 meters, that's your problem. I also have cars
What's
coming
worse,
this way.
Brad? The cyclist that you hate,
Mhm.
or a guy in a quantum taxi?
Ooh.
Cyclists.
Cyclists.
Taxi people are doing their job.
I'm used to taxis. Like I can,
Cyclists.
fair enough.
They're reckless,
Yeah.
honestly, great drivers.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
drivers.
great
Drivers,
drivers.
yeah, great.
That's the thing. I used to get the Sesfikile to and from school, from Fishhook to Kenilworth every single day, and then
Mhm.
Kenilworth to Fishhook. And there'd be some mornings where, like, so I took the train before, which is unsafe, untimely, unreliable, not clean, icky. And then I started taking taxis, which are very timely, a little bit cleaner, and like they get you there on time,
Faster.
no matter what. So there'd be mornings where we're
I
like,
bet you love the music as well.
Oh, I loved it. Loved it. There'd be mornings where we're driving down the highway and they would just pull out the other lane into
Yeah.
oncoming traffic, drive, and then
Yeah.
it's like nose to like bumper all the
Bumper
way
to
like
bumper,
this,
yeah.
and they would just
Yeah,
like that. It's like, how did you do that? It was like taking a roller coaster to school. It was great.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do know what they're doing.
Formula
really
One.
do.
Yeah,
Formula One.
Literally. Nothing.
Yeah.
Hamilton, you got nothing on a homie from.
But wasn't that
Cape
was it
Town.
There
a
was a
was
Top
a
Gear.
Jason didn't one of the Goliaths do an
Yeah,
ad about
Jason,
it?
yeah, they did with
Yeah.
it was with David Coulthard and
Yeah.
Red Bull. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
in
I mean, it was
Cape
just
Town.
an advert. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't
No,
like it's
but
a
like
real
it's a-
experiment.
it's a
yeah.
cool-
Top Gear did a taxi race, so they got taxis from.
I never
all over
watched
the-
that show. Eh?
It's a good show.
Sure.
Firstly, I don't understand much about cars.
Me neither.
Okay.
Right? I only watched.
Then you'll
yeah.
love Top Gear.
No, that's what they all said, and then I watched it, and I was like, this isn't.
You,
Like,
you have
we're
to
all
skip
go-
the
we're
like
all gonna make-
infomercial bit.
We're all gonna take our different cars and put
Drive
cheese in it
somewhere.
and drive. I was like,
It
okay.
actually has nothing to do with the cars. It was always about the three of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
thing.
They
You have
were
to
just
skip
the
the like. Here's
background.
this new car that I really like. I'm going to tell you every detail about it.
Yeah.
You have to skip that part and be like,
'Cause that's-
"We're in Myanmar
Yeah.
and we're going to drive a tank." It's
Yeah,
like,
and then they have, like, they have the
yeah.
stick. The stick.
The stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember one episode I watched where they were on the radio before, and I just thought it was a cool sting, a radio sting. It was, I'll be riding in my car listening to Jeremy Clarkson. And I was like, oh, that's nice.
Beautiful. It was
Yeah.
that whole show
It was
was
all
just
a
about
dream.
their dynamic.
I hated
The
it.
cars were just the background.
I hate it.
Yeah, that
To
was
the
to get the
banter.
BBC to actually pay their salary and like
Yeah. Proved by the ratings of the Top Gear that followed after all three of them moved to
Yeah.
Amazon Prime,
Mm.
which
It wasn't
apparently
about Top
yeah.
Gear. It was about the three.
it was
of them.
about the three of them.
It was their sitcom.
They had good chemistry.
Energy.
and tonight.
Tonight.
ensemble
On
cast.
Top Gear.
That's the word I
Yeah.
wanted.
I
Ensemble cast.
literally said ensemble.
Yeah, he did.
Did you?
Yes.
Maybe
Really?
you should pay a bit more attention.
Maybe you should pay a bit
Brad.
more. Yeah, this
Sorry,
guy's
everyone was
spicy,
throwing
bro.
words in, and sorry, Dury.
Yeah, I won't
Ensemble
lie.
cast.
To have a podcast that has like 5 people on it is a bit tough. I wouldn't do it personally myself.
Yeah,
Not
but-
braver
If
than
I
me.
was me, I'm not having it.
It's
Yeah.
a niche.
Yeah, it is.
There we go.
Is that how you
Ensemble
pronounce
cast.
it? Niche.
Niche.
No,
How
it's
do you
boot-
pronounce
it's
It's like
boot-
quiche, but for your
boot-
knees.
it's bootlegger.
I keep on
Bootleggers.
doing this
Bootleggers.
because someone corrected me the other day. I'm going to spell the word and you tell me how it's pronounced, right? One at a time, not all at once. Banal.
What?
Banal.
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 Banal. That's how it's pronounced, right? And it's not pronounced banal. So I've
it
always
sounds
called it
better.
banal, right? And then my friend explained it to me. It's like,
Banal.
banal, it's banal. And I was like, banal sounds like an Indian dude that defends you in court, right? Like, yeah, my honor, my lawyer is Banal Naidu. Like, banal Naidu, though.
What does it mean again? Is it
Something like
boring?
mundane and boring.
Yeah.
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 But it's
Banal,
so,
man.
banal
Not the
is
same as
boring
like
in
a
itself.
bane. I thought it was the like adjectival form
Yeah, no,
of
no,
like
no.
you know the bane of your
No,
life,
no,
the
no,
like
no.
worst thing.
So now because of that, every single
Bane
time
of
I
my
hear a
existence.
word, like it's a gag I keep on doing in my head. I keep on going like, oh, is that how it's pronounced? And the person's like, yeah, how else would you pronounce it?
Check this.
banal, and I'm right.
Okay,
Oh.
so I want to know
Mhm.
because I feel like it's a character
Whoever
flaw
told you I
of
was letting go? Oh, I think
mine.
you're
is like how do you like motivate yourself to reach your goals? Because I often like start
Money.
things and I don't finish.
Money.
Money.
I'm not even joking. Everything I do these days, like,
But
okay,
what about like the running?
no, running I do for me, for like
yeah, so
my
you're
health.
like headstrong.
Health is wealth,
okay.
right? But
okay.
everything I do, what are they whispering sweet nothings to each other?
Huh?
Are you going somewhere?
No.
What
Well,
did you have to whisper?
because I wanted
was
to ask
asking
him
a
something off mic.
logistical
What was the question?
Have we ordered the pizza?
Yeah.
We have a farewell lunch after this. I wanted to know if we ordered the pizza because I'm hungry. Okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking
Dirty.
sorry,
I was like-
Simmy.
Gino was like, yo, so let me tell so what is the reason you do this? And you're just like,
Lorcan's just like
He's like,
pizza.
you know-
That's the reason I'm here.
he's like, fuck, bro. Something has
wasn't
just
the right time. I'm
something has
sorry.
just
I'm
popped into
sorry.
my mind right now. Who's leaving? Let's start there. I'll get back to you. Who's leaving?
Allison, our
Allison,
American,
our
unpaid
intern.
American
The other
intern.
American.
The other
The
American,
second
intern
American.
The new American.
called
The second
Allison,
coming.
not Addison.
Yes. I was
Allison
here when this
and
was just a
Addison.
team of 3.
No.
I don't know if I stayed here longer. I could have worked here as well.
I think
Okay,
You've
I guess-
been around since it was like just me.
yeah. Okay. Well,
You've been around since
how
early
many
days.
pizzas did you order?
Not enough for you.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
We
Yeah,
also
that was
just don't
shots
know when
fired.
they're arriving.
Yeah.
Where did you order from?
Kind regards. They had a
that's
buy
special.
one, get
Yeah.
one free.
Yeah.
So we have 6 pizzas for 240 rand.
Oh, that's nice.
Exclusively use food apps when they have
How many,
like two
how many of them
Yeah,
are
yeah.
vegetarian?
buy one get
They're
one free.
all margaritas. We have no
What
variety.
are they, no budget?
There's not
What's
budget
going
for
on?
there's not budget for meat supremes
I'm
for
not fucking
anybody.
dying.
Yo, Loken, bro. All of them are margaritas, dog.
I don't mind.
You
I
can
like
go buy your own
margaritas.
toppings.
I like margaritas.
I
can
once,
go down
I
to
once
the
gave
corner
Go
shop
buy your
and
own toppings.
get some
Go get some
avo
ham.
feta.
Can I-
Avo,
before I answer your question again,
Yes.
once I gave Logan 200 rand once to go buy coffees for like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
right. And
This was the Parnell
Yeah, it was the Parnell episode with like Wayne Parnell and his wife were
My
recording
best
their
friend, by the
podcast.
way.
Yeah, he loves you. He does remember
That
you.
is crazy to me.
And Logan
Childhood
wrote down
hero.
what he needed, and I was like, "Yo, here's 200 rand. Just give me the change." He went
never-
downstairs. No, he came back
Oh,
with the
yeah?
change. It's like a 20 rand. I was like, "It's very weird for somebody to be 180 on the dot." And then he came back like a few seconds like, "Hey, yo, man, here's the coins actually."
I did not do that.
You did, bro.
I don't remember doing that. I
That's
don't
maybe
remember doing
more
that.
While we're on this,
He was-
I think
he
you
was
still owe me
starstruck.
lunch money from a
Are
while
you
back.
50 rand?
Okay.
Whoa, bro! Now you coming to claim your debt live on this podcast? Yo, dog, you're a
Probably
gangster.
the best place.
Yo, bro, you're the
Now they all know.
Yo, you're like a loan shark, bro. You come wherever.
I'm owed more money by Kaya than I owe to you.
Also true.
Why is
we're
your hand
owed money
shaking,
from
bro?
clients.
What's going on, dog? What's going on, dog?
I also have ADHD and autism,
Don't,
so
don't
I
get
have.
flustered. I got you here. Do you need someone to defend you? Banal Naidu is here. Okay, but back to because I do things now. I don't know if it's an age thing for money. I only
Okay,
do.
I mean that makes sense.
I do it for money. Like I go like I mean like this is not a paid thing, but it's because I know you guys and like I give my time to you because you guys always help me out as well. Like I've restarted Lesson Known Somebodies, right? So I need as much help as I can get. So I'll go to a Brad and be like, please can I borrow your mic? Because I can't afford a rental gear of a Shure microphone for the day at like
Got you.
1.7, you know? So I go over here, I'll be like, please can you help me?
That's wild as well because they cost about
yeah, they cost about $2,000. But I mean, for example, I went to go look at the hiring of a Zoom 4. Like it's just the old H4.
Yeah.
And it's 1,700 Rand. You hire it once, hire it twice, and you've paid for the equipment, right?
Yeah, that's not worth it.
It's not worth it. So, but now the reason why I do things for money is because I just don't have enough time to fuck around.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So like
Yeah.
if someone's like, hey, I'm doing this thing, do you want to be a part of it? I say, yes, can it pay my fee? And because I've moved to Cape Town now, I have not only my bond in Joburg, I have rent to pay over here. So, and as an artist, we don't know when the next paycheck is coming. So you try as many times in a day to be like, is this a paid gig? And if someone says, no, it's not, then I know where to put this person, you know, or put this initiative that they want to do. Back burner.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll try help you to the best of my abilities, but if something comes up, it comes up.
Yeah.
So I only focus on monies. And I know it sounds shitty because people go
No, it
like,
doesn't.
well,
It really doesn't.
But you
You
see,
think
as
you were like
creative,
a rational person.
exactly.
And more people need to think like that, and especially in Cape Town, because within the creative industry, too many people I feel are like, no, it's a passion project. Everyone just chip in. You know, if we all just come together, we're going to create.
Can I
something
tell you the
amazing.
one thing I
And then
hate
it
the
doesn't
most
go anywhere.
is I used to do it, so I know that it sucks. Is that you'll meet a client, right? And you'll be like, you know what? Let me do a draft thing for you. And you'll spend hours in
Like
the
a
draft because you know
trial.
how much, Be like, yo, the first one is free. Then you send it to them and they're just like, no, not really. Somehow they find budget and they do it without you. You know? I hate that. I hate that. And I feel as people that are creatives, because we want to make the content and we want to make money from the thing that we like doing, we're willing to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of just going like, yo, if you wanted me to do that, pay me. And then afterwards we'll talk more.
And that's the other side of it, is people who are doing the hiring, or the hiring, shall we say, see it as like a luxury task. It's like something, they love doing it. It seems so fun. It's so enjoyable. It's not like an accounting job. It's not it's not like a dirty job. So they love doing it, so they'll do it for free, which is
Or for like,
And sometimes they don't take
Or
it
like,
seriously.
I'll give you like they just don't
They
take
don't
you
because they're
seriously.
just like, oh, you know, you just recording.
And what's really it's something that's so fucked up about like the prioritization of different skill sets is like there's so many jobs that get paid for at a really high rate where the person is a professional, so they got a degree, all of that. I'm not undervaluing that, but the only skill set that can never be replaced by a computer is human creativity.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. Everything else is slowly going to be replaced by robots or AI. Like that's
Wrong.
just gonna happen.
DALL-E. Have you seen this new DALL-E thing?
What's
There is
DALL-E?
like art that
So
can be made
DALL-E.
by
No. Get this, because Jared and I stumbled upon it yesterday, and we've put ourselves on the waiting list. So DALL-E,
Hey, this guy's the type of guy that would be on a waiting list. For this, so
you're on the list.
Okay, what's the list? What list am I on?
You don't want to know.
I want to know. No, motherfucker. I want to know. I ain't scared.
Call his bluff.
He's
about to come up with a name.
I haven't thought of the punchline yet.
Is it a blacklist? I want to know. I want to know the list I'm on. Tell
No.
me more. So what is this DALL-E
So
thing?
DALL-E is basically, it's artificial intelligence, and it's an image generator where you type in a cue. So you could type in cat playing basketball with an astronaut by the pool. You type that in, and it will give you hundreds of computer generated renders of that.
But that doesn't
original
disprove his point.
yes, it does.
It
Because
doesn't.
you
No,
will
it
not-
doesn't. No, it doesn't. No. His point was, let's go to the premise. Listen quickly. I'm going to help you. This is a future tool. He said that AI can't replace creativity.
Right.
You said, well, here's an app that where you can type like a searchable keyword in, and it will generate that. That doesn't replace creativity.
It doesn't
You're
replace
a-
creativity.
That
but it
actually
replaces
works
the creative.
No,
Yeah.
nope.
No,
Yes.
but
Nope, it doesn't.
you're
Because
the
someone
person-
could still paint a cat playing with the ball.
Yeah.
Yes,
Doesn't
true,
replace the creativity.
True, but it replaces graphic designers.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It
Because
doesn't.
Cosmopolitan.
It's
became
another
the first
tool for
mapa-
creativity. It's something that works parallel. It's a thing that happens a lot. A lot of people, and a lot of people your age actually do it. So when people go
Young'uns.
like, yeah, young'uns, they do this. Like when,
We're all the same age.
how old are you?
21.
I'm not 21.
Not him.
He's
I said-
25. He's
that's
the
why I
oldest
said-
guy.
That's why I
Brad's
said
22.
We're all the same.
Brad.
Anyway, look, and I got
Brad is
you.
22.
I'm the old boy.
Brad is 22. But I'm saying that I come from a generation where when podcasting started, it said podcasting will kill radio. Do any of us actually believe that now?
No.
No.
I
No.
don't listen to the
It's
radio.
different.
So are you looking at the word replace semantically? You're like, it's not going to replace
It's
it.
yeah, so it's not.
going
It's
to live
not. He's not.
alongside.
Yeah, but I'm saying that because
Okay, maybe
you'll
not
get a
replace, but
creative person
devalue.
that can use that app.
Yeah, true.
So
But-
I get like, yes, there are tools that can like. There's incredible AI that can imitate art, that can imitate like perfectly, or there's also code-generated art, which is
Yeah.
really interesting, and
That's what it is.
all of but even code-generated, like the code-generated art, you need a person to write the code in a specific way to generate what they want, and the AI stuff, like yes, it'll give you a composited image that's really fucking weird and can meet all of your exact requirements, but it goes to the uncanny valley. Like you can't you can't replace human ingenuity, because everything generated by a computer has to be told what to do.
True.
Also, at
You-
the same time, if it does
Yeah.
replace you, you're the first one on the fucking list, bro.
Me?
You're the first
On the
one.
AI
You're the
replacement
first
list.
one. Let
Brad,
me tell you,
me.
Brad has been Googling AI to replace you specifically. Whatever your job is here.
I would need a
Every day
robot
is
as
I
well.
need a
Oh,
holiday. You can pop a robot in my spot for a month.
But I want to say one thing, because this country does treat creatives like this, and creatives in this country are this, is that I like to call us street children, because we can do everything. Like, to be honest, like I only focused on audio. I wish I focused on video, right? But like you guys are all young and stuff. Like we do audio and video, and clients don't pay for audio and video. They don't see it as two different billable things. They go like,
Podcast.
we've got a guy that'll do this. You do the video and audio for 6,000 rand.
No.
Whereas like anywhere else in the world, like I got a client in Dubai and another client in London, where they're just like, it's two different billable items that I send.
Mhm.
It's like
It's-
over here, they're just like they expected the bare minimum, and you must do both of them.
And the problem is with undervaluing creativity, like the creative hubs of the world have the biggest economies, like
We
almost
do not.
overwhelmingly, because like you can find good like engineers or good, like replicable or like skill sets which are standardized. You can find all over the world, and you can find comparable, and you can find cheaper ways of doing it. But highly valued creativity, that's where the interest becomes. Like that's where the interest goes globally. And so the fact that we don't value our creative industry enough is to the detriment of like the economy as a whole, because that's how you bring eyes and ears and interest. And people will come and invest in a country where there's good entertainment, because people care about quality of life. Like we know that we have really high value skills, like the tech industry, really high value skills that are really affordable for anywhere else. But there's not been as much movement into it as there could be, because it's not purely an economic decision. Like it's not a purely financial decision. You need to have a like robust and well supported creative industry and entertainment industry to, like it affects
But
the
without-
economy as a whole.
Without investment, you can't have that. It's like a
Yeah.
catch-22.
And
almost.
people just valuing it enough. It's a bit cuck when you're in a recession. I will grant
Now I'm
that.
just hearing words.
But people don't value creativity
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was with you
Do
for
you know
a
what?
long part of it, and I was like,
You never
what's
asked
going-
me how we can improve the podcast.
I'm getting to you. I'm getting
Oh,
to you.
you remembered?
I'm getting to you.
Nah, I
I'm
think
getting
that's
to you.
bullshit.
No,
You wouldn't have remembered.
Because I also looked at the time as well.
Okay.
How do you think we can improve this podcast?
Limiting the amount Bradley talks. No, I'm joking.
Not having you on again.
I'm
Not having me on.
I'm joking.
bye,
I'm
bro.
joking. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Come, bro. We had to listen to your recession thing,
Do you
bro.
know what? It's actually not that. You never want to like stop the conversation.
I want to listen.
You never want to like stop the conversation because we are currently not profiting off it,
Mm-hmm.
the editing side, we do well. No. The editing's great. But in terms of we don't want to be spending more time, I would prefer
There's
to
an
cut
AI
out.
tool coming out.
I would prefer to cut out the parts where, like, if you were watching it, you'd go like, you'd lose focus.
Yes.
That's how I think we can make it better.
Actually, and shorter.
Exactly.
I mean, this is because this is long, right?
Yeah.
Hour.
What is your perspective on editing podcasts?
So I've got two perspectives.
Like
If you're talking about
cutting
audio, like audio only,
Mm.
keep it as long or as short as you want. Because if someone's going to listen to it, they will get to the point where this boards them or they'll come back to it, right? But because we live in a world with TikToks and Reels now, you want to get all that good, juicy, short stuff out immediately. That's what actually has helped Lesser Known Somebodies.
And
So
us.
I agree with, like, let me take the 5 best moments over here and help build my engagement and my community
Flip
by
them to
posting
highlights.
that. This is not going to be the podcast episode that makes this thing big, right? But those small
never know.
clips will send a lot more people there. They'll get me a lot more work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. That's actually probably the best thing you could do.
Yeah.
But before
Yeah.
I want to give all of you guys the opportunity to ask me one question before we end this, because I
Oh
do
my
that.
gosh.
I do that on my podcast. I
Do you
haven't done
wanna
it in a
start,
while.
Derek?
Just a big hijacking. I'm gonna have to think. Can we not
Okay,
start?
you can go last.
Logan,
Logan
do
will
you
have one
something?
immediately.
Otherwise, I've got-
Negroni or Aperol Spritz?
I am still thinking of my question.
Mine's
Okay.
or you can go.
I know.
Okay.
Why do you think you're still single? Because, and I mean, say what you want, but this part will be included. This is a bachelor advert for Simmi.
All you single
But
ladies or not single
why
ladies?
have you been unsuccessful?
I haven't been unsuccessful.
Okay.
I don't. When it comes time to commit, I don't like. That's
So
such
you
like
have
a generic
commitment
trope.
issues.
Well, yeah, you see, it's like it's very stereotypical. But I suffer from like anxiety and stuff. So when I know a girl likes me, then I'm just like, oh no, how am I going to mess this up now? So then I'll just be like, hey, maybe let's hang out next week Friday, you know? But I do like, I also enjoy hanging out with lots of people. Not saying like I enjoy being like promiscuous or like I want to have different women. I feel
okay
that
if you do.
that's fine, yeah.
Ethical
But I'm saying
non-monogamy.
that I do believe I'm a monogamous. Like I want to have one
Okay.
partner, you know. But like I get flustered. Ooh, something's breaking. I get flustered when I know someone likes me and I like them back because I go, okay, I could fuck this up. But also I enjoy hanging out a lot with like lots of people, and I know my lifestyle is not
Okay.
conducive
Yeah.
to another person, and that's a big problem when I started stand up. Is that the Fridays and Saturdays are like big gig nights. Okay.
Yes.
But Fridays and Saturdays for normal people are like going out
Date
and they're
nights.
date nights.
Yeah.
You know, they're date nights.
Mm.
And it didn't work out. I was in a relationship for 5 years with a person. It didn't work out. It didn't work out because of those things. So I choose to be single. And if there are people out there that do want to message me, shoot your shot now. Shoot your
Yeah.
shot now
Before it's
because
too late.
I
Before
could
he
be off
wins
the
an-
streets anytime
Before he wins
soon.
an Ironman. And
Yeah,
then
bro. Before I win an
tickets.
Iron Man, let me tell you, when you're an athlete, you can pull woman. You can pull woman anywhere at any time.
I've got
I mean, like, I don't believe that, but yeah.
Okay, neither do I. But
Everything else up until then was great,
was
though.
good.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I didn't
Thank
say
you
I
for
wasn't. I was telling
sharing.
the truth. I
Yeah.
could be lying. Next
Yeah.
week, good question.
I do have my question.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Maybe I'm actually redacted. I don't want to ask. My question.
2023 March.
What about it?
That's when the AI comes for your job, bro. If I was you, I would. That's the.
I'm gonna get up and leave.
No, but
Two
ask me.
walk-offs
Okay,
Ask
so
in
me.
one
my
part.
question is, so everyone, I can't remember much of my childhood, but there are certain moments that really sort of stand out, like defining moments, you
Mhm.
could call them. What is one sort of, and it can be good or bad, what is one sort of defining moment from your childhood that's really sort of like helped shape how you live your life today?
So my therapist and I have actually asked this question, right? I've got a hero type of thing. Like if I see someone that I can help, I'll help them.
Mm.
That's because years and years ago in my childhood, my sister, she didn't pass away. She's alive, by the way.
rest in
She
peace.
drowned.
Oh,
Yeah. So I remember
That caveat
yeah,
was good.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So I remember jumping over the wall and calling the neighbors, and she got saved, right? And I remember my father giving her CPR and stuff, and then she like alive and stuff.
Mm.
But because of that, I always feel the need to help and save people, and that's why like sometimes I'll get attracted to people that I can help.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that. And it's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It's just like, if I can help you, I want to help you. I may be a bit more evasive in it because of that memory. And it's also the reason why I'm a very strong swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's when my mother sent us to like I think it was the next week, we were in swimming class, and I remember just telling myself, I need to be the best at this thing only.
Yeah.
So like I'll swim. Rashad is very flustered. He panics in the water. I don't panic in the water. As the
Calm.
I'm incredibly
You
calm
have to
in the
control
water.
your breathing.
Everything. And I always tell him that, yo, we'll swim in the dam in Joburg. And I'll be like, yo, if you panic, it's tougher for me because your body's going to start doing that while I'm trying to stop you. I was like, you can't do that. So that's probably the childhood memory that has the most impact on my life.
That was a good question
Very
and
good
a
question,
great
by the way.
answer.
You bought yourself time, June 2023. No AI is thinking of that question.
You're going
bro.
home tonight and starting to write up a program. Director of photography.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Doreen, do you
Lorcan
have a
V1.
question?
I'm still thinking.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, you're
I
not.
have one, and we'll try and keep it short. But on what you were talking about, and in the very beginning, when you kind of said what you think could improve the podcast, but I want to expand it beyond just the CAYACast. How do we work to make sure that there is more effective and genuine representation in the creative industry? You can apply it to the podcast as a singular example, but like, what do we do to make sure that representation isn't tokened and is just like
you go out and
legitimate?
find it. So a lot of people get token because they actually start relaxing on their laurels and stuff, right? Because you'd be like, oh, I found a black guy and a black girl or a colored woman, a colored man or a gay man or a gay man or a lesbian, you know?
Representation.
And then you start going, okay, cool. I'll just put them on a couple of things. Actually, you need to support and action those things. So it'd be like, so on POC Podcasts, we have Open White Say with Lauren, right?
Shout out
You know?
Open
Shout
White
out
Say
Lauren.
shout out Lauren.
Really good thing. We have Ilugu Lugu, which is a Zulu scientist. We have an Afrikaans podcast. You know, we try.
Yeah,
Omikachelvuur. It's three so far. It's three episodes. It's not. It's just fiction based. Yeah, it's like a guy wrote. It's scripted, like scripted radio.
All right.
But like but it's like it's a different market. So and there's always different stories.
Yeah.
From people of color or previously disadvantaged people that you can always promote and help. And the thing is that you will lose money. I want to say POC Podcast does not make money. It doesn't. I make money that helps keep POC Podcasts afloat. It doesn't make money. So if there's anybody out there that's willing to throw money at like a
Very
content
worthy
company,
cause.
a content company that makes good content for
With a conscience.
for African voices, you know, for the diaspora, hit me up. I'm there to help you, and we try to pay as many people as we can because we also don't want to just say, oh, it's a free service for you, or we tried like discount the cost, like I'll pay for the studio.
Yeah.
Like Ilugu Lugu, they don't have to pay for a single thing. I pay for the recording of it, the editing of it, the graphic design of it. Everything gets sorted out. And you need to take those voices. You have to go find them, Brad. Sometimes they do find you as well. Something like
But
Bicycle
you can't
Brasa.
rely on them finding.
Yes, you can't. But you can't do that with anything in life. If you want to go get a client, you
Yeah.
and I both know that the vast majority of times you actually get a client is because you knocked on their door first. They don't come knocking on yours. So you have to go out there and find them. And how to find them means getting out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone means you have to have an open mind, because sometimes you just go like, oh, I only like going to Clifton Fourth. That's the only beach for me, you know? But I come from in KwaZulu-Natal, where we had Addington, which was like the place where they would send Indian and colored people to during apartheid. That was our beach. You know, you have to go to the hoods. You have to go and listen. They'll always give you the stigma of, oh, it's dangerous, or it's that. You have to go. To find stories, you have to go there. And when you hear a story, you go like, that's a different voice and a different story to mine. How do I make this to help that person?
Great answer.
That is a
Thank you.
fantastic answer.
Dury.
That's-
Are you happy?
Oh, someone asked me that before. It was, which podcast episode was it? Oh, it was Jason Goliath, Nicholas Goliath, and Donovan Goliath. They asked me if I was happy. The
How many
answer was
Goliaths?
yes. There's tons of them.
Jeez.
Tons of
I think
them.
actually it was
In
four.
fact,
Little
anybody,
army.
in fact, if there's a guy,
Harry
Shannon van Veek,
Davids.
Shannon van Veek, he's a very funny comedian. He actually looks like a Goliath as well. So I'm just like, I think
They're
everybody that
everywhere.
works with Goliaths becomes one. But like, the answer is yes. I'm way happier than I was 18 months ago.
Okay.
Glad to hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's a good.
Wonderful.
That's a good
That's a wonderful ending
scope as well.
for
Yeah.
for the pod. Thank
for
you so
listening.
much
If you are
for
still
listening.
here,
If you're still here,
please be
this was
here.
a banger. You should be.
Comment. What's the word they comment if they are still watching at this point? Today?
No, we come up with a different one.
Yeah, no, we do a different one for each episode.
Comment Iron Man
Comment Iron Man.
on
in
Simmi's
the, in the
episode.
captions,
Comment Tony Stark.
in the comment
In the
section.
comments.
Can I say one thing though? Can
Please
you
do.
just
Yeah.
make this
Close
into
it
the
out.
clip?
Yeah.
Brands, people out there, I need your money desperately.
We
We-
as well.
Don't listen to these. Don't listen to these guys. They've still got time on their hands. I'm 34. I don't have many years left. These kids will come up anytime soon. They will be cleverer than me. They know how to do it. So I need your money. Pedro's, the chicken place. I need your money. Crocs. I need your money. Don't worry.
I'm gonna bleep all of these company names.
No, don't.
I'm editing this.
Oh gosh. We need the AI to work. Who else did I want? Sketches. Love your shoes. This is my new thing. Knickknacks.
Oh god.
Knickknacks. Flaming hot Cheetos. Flaming hot knickknacks. That's my favorite one. Hit me up. I need your money.
Who else?
Bebsy.
Bebsy.
I need your money. That's the only.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Is
you
that
so
it?
much for watching.
Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching.
All the things. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.